So in other videos that I've done, I've brought up a lot of times where you should bring up feedback, where is it most effective, but even if you followed all of my advice, you still could be giving feedback the wrong way. Let me give you an example. So let's say you are having students complete a project for you. They're supposed to put from scratch together a birdhouse. And this is the birdhouse that you get from one of the students. And looking at it, there's, lots and lots of issues with this birdhouse. The colors are all off to what you suggested. The painting is terrible. It's not weatherproofing the wood. The roof is crooked. And the hole for the birdhouse is way too big, so that means that squirrels will get inside, tons of details. So what you could do is basically just, tear this thing apart. Just judge it, right? You could just judge it. And that's the one thing you really want to move away from when you're giving feedback, is judging. And when I went to university, I got this feedback on a lot of my projects. Confusing. Misdirecting. What does that mean? You have to give people, don't pass judgment. What you're there to do is to improve the quality of that product. So, if I gave all the feedback about this particular project to the student, it would be very hard for them to distinguish, especially for a novice, which parts they should actually focus on. While really, the most important part here is maybe making it structurally sound. So that's the first thing I might tackle with this student, and that's the first piece of advice and feedback and instruction that I might give them. What I'm asking you to do is that when you're determining what your assessment and feedback goals are, you have to think about if the student walks away with one thing and they're able to do that thing well, what is that one thing? Well, I know that if I give feedback about the structure of the house, and the first thing I want to do is not have the student learn how to paint the colors right on a rooftop of a birdhouse, but I want them for it to be structurally stable. Then that's what I focus on in my first feedback. We tend to overwhelm our learners with everything, and then they don't have the experience to be able to step back and see, look at all these grammar and punctuation errors. I'm going to fix them now, instead of, did I actually build a good argument in this thesis? So what's most important? Doesn't mean that the things that you're commenting on are more important than others, but in order for us to get to a level of mastery with anything, we have to start somewhere, and you have to think about what are the most important aspects and qualities and skills to build before we can get there. That's why I think the other thing, after talking about essentials, is resubmission. We don't offer that enough. So providing feedback is one thing, but are you giving people opportunity to integrate that feedback that they received to produce a better product? Imagine this birdhouse. I've had so many projects even in school as a little kid where you hand it in and you get to feel bad about that birdhouse you made for the rest of your life because nobody ever gave you a chance to go back and try it again. Give them a chance to take the feedback that you've given them and incorporate it and build on those skills that they already have, because this shows some skill. It kind of looks like a birdhouse, right? So give that opportunity for them to integrate that feedback from you, the expertise, but make it focused so that they can walk away knowing exactly what they need to do. They don't have to dig through all of the feedback you've given them. They can move on to that in the next part. In this video, I was trying to demonstrate how you can get from a not-so-good birdhouse to an awesome birdhouse for little birdies. I hope this helped you. Seriously, I was talking about feedback. I am expecting some, people. In the comments, please. Also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I think it's down there. Favorite it if it's your favorite and you have a YouTube channel. If you don't, you should start one up. And subscribe, it's up there. And like I said, I'm looking for feedback. I'm also looking for some comments and ideas. Please post them in the space below, and I'll talk to you next time.